Are you asking about me? The only other person standing here in this fog. Do you want me to talk to you? Okay, fine. I'll entertain you with the conversation while you're waiting. I guess that's all I can do at this point. My name? I don't really like to talk about my name. Right now, I don't feel like I deserve a name at this point. I think I'd rather go with the title of Nameless Stranger, even though I have people who call me by my name a couple times, but, I'm not much for talking or anything. I just kind of float around in the back, just there, most of the time. I won't ask you for your name, but if you want to introduce yourself and whatnot, that's up to you. Okay, then. What do I think about fog? I think the fog's very nice, calm, and peaceful. Sometimes a bit mysterious. You don't know what's gonna happen, and you can't really see too much, honestly, but that's why you gotta go through it. And just figure out what to do, like, I don't know, some sort of path. What do you think of fog? Whether you like it or dislike it, I respect your opinion. And I just prefer cloudy days more, and I like it a little bit cold. Because, well, I don't know. Something about the fog just makes me feel very comfortable, and I can just stand there for hours and hours and hours without being disturbed. You know? It's like some sort of peace. Even though, you might have some unwanted accidents, car accidents, because it's hard to see in the fog sometimes, or some other thing that is just heavily unexpected. I wonder if, crimes are common in, on foggy days specifically. Yeah, I've heard enough about the other ones, but I've never heard any that took place on anything that has to do with fog at all. Well, they just like to do it out in the open, kind of thing. You don't have to answer that, honestly. That's just a thought process I had, even though it's not very organized. Oh no, I relate to fog, not knowing what's gonna happen, and a feeling of neglect, loneliness. But at least I don't have to deal with the wild crowd too much. I don't want to be full center of attention. I just want to just get by and all. But it also makes me think of people who I want to talk to and I want to be friends with, but friendships end so soon for me. It doesn't have to be a day. I just talk to them and then they're already gone the next one. And I guess you could say they're acquaintances. But it's not like I'm going to remember them or they'll remember me. Or the fact that I'll see them the following days or any other day of the year. I'm just a little frustrated that I don't get to talk to as many people as I want to. I guess it depends on approach. And just trying to read the room specifically. Well, I don't really talk to people. They just come and go. I talk to people on and off a lot. It's not very consistent either. And if I talk to someone and bond with them close enough, that doesn't last very long until they just up and just go. Much sooner than people who I barely talk to, who I see quite often. No, know about friend groups. I can at least do one person at a time, but it also depends. You know? I'm not into group things unless I feel like I want to be in it. I just like one-on-one conversation more likely. It's easier to jump in and much harder to interrupt the other person. Finding the right group and people. I like how everyone says that. Maybe sometimes those words aren't true for certain individuals. You know, not like I was bullied or anything. It's just that I feel kind of just left out a little bit. And I want to talk to people, they're like, no, I'm going to avoid you, kind of thing. I just want to talk to people in general. I just really want some sort of communication. Would that be too much to ask? Just talking to people and just trying to get along? Maybe it'd be a bit much for others. There's themselves, but if they don't want to associate, they don't want to associate. Sorry, I'm probably just going on a rant at this point. And for me, there's not much to talk about with other people. It's very hard to find something in common. And sure, you could ask about what they like, what they don't like, and it just works. But for me, for both ways of having something in common or having nothing in common, I really can't connect with either. And it's not really fun. Can't really enjoy too much things because things happen. Like, I don't know. Some random thing comes up and suddenly all that connection that you have with that person is completely gone. And you might feel regret, you might dwell on the past a lot. So I like to free my mind of anything. I don't really like to think too much about it because it's just holding me down, but as I'm just freeing my mind of that, I don't know what to do next. Like, what am I going to do the next day? Or what am I going to do after this conversation? It's so difficult to make choices for myself. So I just go along with it. I'm not very good at following directions either from other people. Just knowing, and I like to shut those down sometimes. Like those ideas. I don't want to do anything that day. Or just want to be alone. It's not much for me to do. I like to enjoy things, but sometimes it just feels like it's not even there anymore. It feels, no longer real. And it's all in your mind sometimes. Yeah, I'm sure. You don't just randomly ask people, hey, do you want to be friends? And you just connect just by just a simple conversation and you talk about it until the end of the chat. Like, no one really asked. directly, hey, do you want to be my friend? Well, some people do, but most of the time it doesn't really work that way. Well, just for me. You have to go soon. Okay. I feel like I am a bit better now. Thanks for letting me just go all out talking. And even though you didn't get to say too much about it, I won't contribute too much of this conversation. Sorry about that, but it was nice, really, just to talk to you in general. I have a feeling we'll talk again soon. You know? Looks like you need to go now. Well, I'll see you whenever we meet up again.